Um, I am here tonight. It's cold. Can you see I got my coat on? I do have the little heater on. In here, we got to solve. Ooh, my icy is frozen. My fridge is too cold. I think it got cold. It snowed on the mountain, which means I got to move, I think, things in from the camper. Well, that right there is an experience, having icicles. Tonight, I'm so glad you joined me. I don't know if you can see this, but if you want all the supplies for tonight's project, go ahead and text me night. It's 208-54 or 754-2452. You got it? 208-754. Do you like my writing? It's kind of crazy. And I think it's backwards. If you're on YouTube, tell me if it's backwards. There's no way to turn it around that I'm aware of. 2452. 2452. All right. My scribbles, right? I need to get... Oh, there's like a new thing on here. I didn't know that was there. But it's still... I don't see anything that tells me I can turn it around. So I don't know if it's turning around for you or what. I know when I take the picture there, it does turn it around. So anyway, it is chilly, chilly, chilly. It's a Sunday evening. I'm so glad you all are here. And I hope you will enjoy the project I have tonight. I am going to use our house surface. So this came out last Christmas with the Christmas countdown, which I love. But tonight, actually, we came out earlier this season in September. This is really distracting. I don't know how to get it out of it now that I've gotten into it. There it is. Okay. Now that I've gotten into, so this season, it actually came out with a kit, and the kit is no longer available. But if you would like the supplies to make something similar, please go ahead and text that night to me, or you can comment below and I will get it to you. Just make sure you don't say just say you know me. Say you know me. So anyway, I thank you for coming here. Make sure that you come on and say, hey, let me know where you're coming from. Hopefully you don't have this freezing cold weather like I do. But I love this house surface. I think it's a fun surface. I'm going to go ahead and actually start out by waxing this, and hopefully my wax isn't too frozen. I'm gonna have to move pace in. It really is kind of chilly, so I'm gonna go ahead and get this on. Get this on here. So that I like, anytime you use wood or even like a painted surface, I do like to go ahead and get wax put on it. It seals the surface, especially when you're doing like writing type things. It'll get it so that it's not going to bleed or anything or soak into it. So that is the surface. You can't see it. I love our wax. If you've ever used wax from the hardware store, you will know what I'm talking about. It is petroleum based and it is very strong smelling. You have to do it in a ventilated area, although my camper is feeling very ventilated right now. It's chilly, but here we are. It's winter. I've been kind of not looking forward to having winter, to be honest. This is the first time I've used this. I've had this since like September. I don't know why I haven't used it. I had totally planned on using it, so kind of dumb that I've been hoarding it. I am a craft hoarder. Raise your hand if you are a craft hoarder with me. So you can see that this has like a line down here. That's the cut line. It's not already cut, so you need to do that. That's our fun part. I'm just going to go ahead and get it cut apart if I can get my scissors, get underneath it. And I usually do not cut my backing, although I was debating this one because this one would fit into one of my binders if I cut it in half. And I don't really need it year round, so maybe I'll cut it later. But we're going to use the music part first. One of the things I really like about Chalk Couture is that we have some really great designs, and it's not just like our designers went online and got our designs off the internet, you know, like different fonts and things. They actually work really hard on our artwork. And the reason I say this is because I am a musician and, well, sort of, no. I have a bachelor's in music and music therapy. And, yeah, so it bothers me when different companies will put out something that is has music on it or musical notes, and it's not done right. It would be sort of like trying to put a book print in the background and then misspelling all the words. That's what it's like for a musician to look at something that is incorrectly notated. That's what I would call it. Incorrectly notated. It's very annoying to the musician to look at things that are not notated correctly. But all that to be said, that this actually does have the music written correctly with the words. Oh, I'm trying to see here. I think it's going to be easiest to line it up on the bottom. It looks to me like it was sort of made, I think it was made with this piece in mind. So I want to get, the nice thing also is that you don't have to worry about getting things lined up like straight and things. As long as the bottom is straight with the bottom, you're going to be pretty close. So I'm just trying to get it so that side to side it's equal. And I'm eyeballing. You could measure if you are so moved to measure. I am not so moved to measure. Just saying. All right, so we're going to go all the way to the top here. The great thing about it, this is a reusable silk transfer. So this is made out of silk. So the white parts are not actually white. They are actually have fabric in them. So it makes it so you can get, look at all that detail on that music. Isn't that beautiful? I love it. The notes are written correctly. It says, oh, holy, da, 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 da. Yep, it has the correct notes even. So, as a musician, I approve. I don't like it when you can't, it's not correct. So, I would tell you that. All right, so I was trying to decide. I think I might go with, I'm going to catch a cold out here today, I think. Wouldn't that be funny? No, it wouldn't. We don't want a cold. I'm kind of putting things away here because I want to take them in with me. I think I'm going to have to start carrying things in and out. Again, it's too cold in the camper. I had thought about doing gold shimmer as the background, but I think I'm going to be like my other flowers and things. Whenever I do nature things, I like them to be true to color. I think I'm kind of feeling that way with my music. So I would either go gray or black. So I was thinking about doing gray, the storm color, as the background, and then we're gonna layer this. Actually, I think I need to use this because this one's my bottom of the pot. That happens, right? That's a good thing. That means we're doing craft projects. So these are our carriers. Isn't that neat? It carries 18, but you can see I'm stuffing it. 18 jars of paste. I'm stuffing them way beyond that. So anyway, I think we're going to use Storm. Storm is like one of the original colors I started using years ago. This is looking dry and stiff, so I'm going to try to loosen it up with some distilled water here. The great thing about our pastes is they are water-based, and I definitely have not used, Storm used to be the color I used all the time, and now I haven't used it in a while, so it's kind of, sometimes when you have a low pot, it gets, or a low, I always call them pots. I probably shouldn't say that. It's probably get me shut off of Facebook, in jail at least. Jar, when I get low, there's a lot of air in there, so the top of the chalk paste actually gets kind of dry, and then it sinks in. So we're just trying to get this back to yogurt consistency is what I'm trying to get to here. And I don't always have a lot of patience for this. A lot of times I'll just spray these, especially if I know that they're getting kind of dry, or if they're getting dry while I'm using them. I'll go ahead and just spray a layer of distilled water on it, and then put the lid on and come back to it tomorrow, and it will soak in overnight, because these are water-based, they're washable, non-toxic paste, so you can have kids help you do this. You don't have to worry about them getting into anything toxic. You're not in any fumes or anything like that. And just looking to see where I have my heater, it's like an oil burning heater. It looks like one of the old-fashioned radiators. Ooh, that just made me think. And it does not, the lady who was selling it at the store was like, this keeps my chickens really cozy and my water thawed all winter long. And I'm telling you, water thawed is not enough for me. I need to have some heat while crafting. It's too cold. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and use our squeegee on this. I'm gonna actually use the small one. I think I've got this worked up enough. And we're gonna go fairly quickly because we don't want it to dry. Ooh, still quite dry. So we're gonna work fast. And it's okay to use too much. Ooh, I hope that doesn't mean it's, do you hear that like kind of snapping while I'm putting it on? That might mean it's leaking a little bit. So hopefully we aren't ruining our beautiful music. That would be bad. If you can butter toast, you can do this. That's the great thing about this. All you have to do is use our little squeegee it on, and get it all evened out. I'm hoping I'm not too dry here. And we want to hit all of the spots. Ooh, it's kind of crackly. I don't know. Maybe I didn't get that down enough. I'm hoping it's not smearing. You know, I don't know why, but I've done several of these. This base, I don't know exactly why. It seems like I am compelled to ruin this surface. Not every craft project turns out just perfectly for me. I'm telling you that right now. I have had my fair share have to be redone or fixed or, you know, something. Not everything turns out. Everything is fixable. Don't get me wrong. I can always fix it, but I don't know. I don't know if this is too thick, or I can tell it's not working wonderful. I usually know before I peel to reveal. But we're going to do our best here to get this. Oops. Maybe a little bit of, I need a little bit up on the tip here. Sorry you can't really see that, but trust me when I say I got to get it all the way to the edges. All right. Try to get it, any excess up. Usually I don't have it this thick. I'm going to need some Storm. That's what I'm going to need. If I need to do a Storm is kind of like one of my favorite farmhouse colors. I love to use it. It really does kind of go with everything. And I'm getting it everywhere. I could see it up there. Oh boy. Okay, well, we're gonna hope and pray. Do this on a prayer here, I think. It is a little schmeary. I can see it. Schmeary. I think I might just go with it. Oh, the part that I really thought was smeary is not. Look at how nice that looks. It's just this top portion right here. It's kind of smeary. And then I've got some smudges on the side. So I'm going to just stick this back on the backing and let that set aside. I will take that in. You can wash that totally with water. It looks like overall, though, this looks all good. All good. So we did good. All right, I'm going to set this aside so I can wash that as well. Just under plain water, under the sink. Oh, you don't want to soak your transfers in water. You want to take care of them. Just run them under water with our board eraser. We have these little board erasers. Just run it underwater, wipe it quick with on the top side, and then I turn it over and real gently go in the screen parts where the chalk is in to kind of release it real gently, and then turn it back over, and it does not get, you don't want to use any chemicals or anything like that on it. It does not get, oofta, I got gray, I got storm all over me. There is a storm all over. And then just go back and get anything off the front that didn't lift off the first time you washed it. So, hey Dave, could you go share this over in the Prairie Scraps Chalkin group? That is my private, you should be able to share that. Hopefully you're listening. Sometimes he like watches other things, so while he's on. Hopefully you're on. It doesn't even look like anybody's on. All right, so I also have some little smudges down here. Can you see that? Right down. Let me see if I can show you that. See it right up here? Right there. I'm going to try to get that off. That's the good thing about it. It is water-based, so hopefully it'll just wash right off. It washes off of the wax part much better than, sorry, not really showing you, but this is fine work. I gotta get this off here, or we're gonna have gray smudges on our wood. I'm just using a baby wipe to do this, so, and oops, oh yeah, I always, when I'm trying to clean up messes, I always make a mess. I'm prefacing this whole project with that. I always kind of make a mess when I'm trying to clean up. Not too bad, not too bad. I think we got it. You just want to make sure, what happens is I get going and I don't, boy, I got that all over, didn't I? All right, so the only place that really, I can see it smudged up here and it's smudged there, but what do you guys think? Do you think it's something that you would notice? The perfectionist in me doesn't like it. I could wait till it's dry and then, but I guess we'll wait and see. We'll wait and see. So I'm just going to get this, make sure this is dry because I want to do a second layer on this. I want to do that saying that came with this. That little something or other. Hanging off my fingers, little pieces of the, I don't know. I knew last week when it was so beautiful outside that I should have come out here and really cleaned up the camper, the Airstream, but I didn't. I was a little distracted, right? You guys have been hanging around and you know me. You know why. If you're just joining me, make sure you say hey. If you're watching on the replay, just put hashtag replay so I know you were here. And like I said, if you would like to get all the items for this project, go ahead and text me. It's 208-754-2452. 208-754-2452. And I have to look too because I don't know. But I would love it if you would text me. And if you're just wanting more information about Chalkateur or just want to connect with me outside of Facebook, please text me. YouTube is kind of hard to connect as well, to be honest. I think it's pretty good, so we're going to stop there. Isn't that pretty? I think it's pretty, even with my smudges. I always wonder if I just press on there a little bit with a wet cloth, if it'll, nope, that's going to make it smeared more. Okay, so we are going to do the Oh Holy Night saying on here as well. That was the second part to this transfer. This transfer is called Oh Night Divine. Oh Night Divine. That is the name of the transfer. And because this is our first time doing this one, I do want to go ahead and do a little fuzzing on this transfer. So the first time you use the transfers, because they're so sticky, and like I don't want to pull up my beautiful music, I want to go ahead and fuzz it a few times on a towel, clean towel. You can do it, or we have this fuzz cloth. Also, you could do it on your shirt if you wanted to. All right. I think that should, I just don't want it to pull up my music. I think it's really pretty. I'm really excited about this one. I'm kind of getting ready for craft fairs now for the fall and Christmas holiday season. And I'm really hoping that piece of hair, that people will like this and want it. So I try to sell, I sell a lot of kits. At my craft fairs, like the little kind of a starter kit. And then I also do finished projects. That's kind of where I started with Chalk Couture. So does that look straight and on there? Okay, I'm going to use our black velvet, another one of our really popular colors. And hopefully this is down. That music is kind of, it's lifted up so I can see like kind of where there's bubbles in it. All right, I'm using a mini squeegee because I used the bigger one on the other. I could have even used the big. Wonder if it would. I try, especially if I think it's moving a little bit. If you hear that crackling, it kind of means there's bubbles in there. So that does make me a little nervous. I'm not going to lie. And black letters and I don't always have a great record. So we'll see. If I can do this, you can do this for sure. So I love the look of, you know, the white and black, but oftentimes I have a knack for making my letters bleed. I don't know why. All right, we're just taking off the extra, put it back in the jar, and then we'll shut the jar so that we don't make it dried up, because this is my newer black velvet. I've definitely gone through a fair share of Storm, black velvet, and bright white. Those are my most popular colors. All right, we're gonna take it slow. Ooh, no. See, that is what I don't like. Do you see how the holy and night are kind of shmeary? That does not make me happy. That's what I was afraid of. And that's what I always have happen with my blacks. I don't know. Maybe somebody out there has a better knack with it. I'm going to try, because I did wax it. So waxing should help me along. And they have these in the name brand. I found some, I couldn't find at our Walmart. It's supposed to have, I'm just going to put a little water on this so it's nice and wet. And I'm actually going to push it towards the letter and see if I can't clean it up. I did find these at Dollar Tree. This does not, I don't know if there's going to be a fix for this, folks. Other than to start over. I'm not happy with this. I could tell you that. This does not make me happy. Problem is, once you get it, ugh. I do not like this. This might be a ruined project. I'm not kidding you when I say that does not, I don't like this. I might have to. I have a friend who I think did the same thing. Maybe like doing this on a piece of, I don't know, on a, blah. Guys, I'm not a fan. like a piece of paper and laying it over the top. See, I think you can see that too much. That doesn't make me super happy. Well, my beautiful music is no longer. The problem too is, I guess maybe I could have like, it's just so, I don't mind a little bit. I think the font was supposed to be intended to be a little bit on the messy side, but this is too much for me. Too much. Anyway, these little Swissers, you can find them at, supposedly at Walmart, but I can never find them at Walmart. I'm just pouring over my, yeah. I could take some bright white and go over this with a brush, because I did actually paint this, or I could, see, I shouldn't have said anything about my issues with black. I think the rest looks pretty okay. It's just this area right here. So I'm thinking, I'm trying to decide, I think I used this to paint it, and so I'm thinking about just getting a little on a brush and trying to go with it around there. And of course I have zero patience. If I was really smart, I would like do this when it's really dry, but I can't. That does cover it up actually pretty good. That is working, folks. Just have to have a steady hand. This is not my forte. I am not a painter. For those of you that are you good at painting? I would love to hear from some of you if you are. Please do not. All I could say is I hope my musician son doesn't sit and try to look at this, because he will be too picky about this. Like, what notes are missing there? I think it's getting better. I don't know. I'm going to dry this because it's really wet in here. Kind of a mess tonight. Well, I mean, here's the encouragement. Sometimes this just happens, right? It's okay. It's okay. This will be my most popular video yet, right? Because I'm making such a big mess. I think this font is a little rough around the edges, so that's part of it. But that does play with my mind a little bit. Tell me what you think. I might have to go over this a little bit with the gray in here, because I do see, I'm going to have to do that later though. That's the nice thing with the silk transfer. They're reusable, so even if you mess up, you can go ahead, pull it off, wash it. I'll have to wash it and get it dry. So this will be another day project to kind of fix it, but I'm going to do the holy part right now in front of you guys, so you can see not everything absolutely turns out absolutely perfect. So it happens to the best of us. I usually, like, the times that I usually really mess up projects is actually the couple nights before the craft fairs, because I'm always trying to rush and get things done, and it never works out for me. Never works out. I think this, like I said, I think the font is supposed to look a little bit rough. So, I'm going to go with that. Do you guys believe me? Do you believe? So, yeah, chilly day. It's hard to change weather the older I get. So hard. to change weather. All right, I hot glued the side of my, oh, that came off easy, my side of my brush. So that's interesting. Put that in the garbage. I'm gonna heat up, little heater. I'm telling you. Get a little bit of water on the brush because I don't want to, I want the brush to be pliable, and then I'll just stick it in here and wish me luck, right? I'm gonna make a crisper edge on these where I kind of pushed in with the, there we go. The nice thing about it being, I think, kind of a rougher edge, rougher font. I don't think it was meant to be a clean font, but I also don't think it was meant to like smear over like that. So there is that. I actually think this is working to my benefit, that it's kind of a rougher font, because I'm able to kind of fill it in. You see that? See, I think it looks nice now, don't you think? I don't know. I don't know what I think about it. I do know that I have a friend that did the same thing, like had some smearage. I don't think it's this particular, I don't know. Maybe it's just because it is a rougher font. It's hard to, I'm going to go back over that white in the middle because it looks gray to me. This area looks gray. Could be I just got some, because it was still wet when I was working on it. Go back over with some black. You know, it's a back and forth till you get it the way you like it. And I think this one, I'm going to fatten that out a little bit. I don't know. It may be that my eye doesn't care for the font, because I tend to be kind of a perfectionist. So having little smears and having little edges on my fonts, that bothers me. But I think this is coming out okay. I'm just going to touch up that area. I thought I could put a little paint on. I'm just touching up. As long as I'm touching up and I'm on a roll, I'm going to go ahead and touch up my little smears up here. Like I said, I didn't think these were so bad, the background to be a little bit smeared. I thought that was okay. Actually, I don't mind it at all. And I might go through and hit those, but I don't know. I kind of like it. What do you guys think? What do you think? I think it looks okay. I think it's nice. I think it's nice. I don't know. I can't decide. I was kind of going for the farmhouse, just a simple background with the Oh Holy Night on there. It's not so holy. That's what I'm finding. We always have like a nice quiet neighborhood until I go live. And then it seems like everybody has to come around here. I don't know. I do know this is the color I used on the background, and it still is kind of, I can tell it's gray. So what'd you all do for your Sunday? I'd love to hear. What do you usually do on the weekends? That was my question of the day. If you could answer my questions, that helps me out. Question of the day was, what do you usually do on the weekends? Maybe everybody was just out doing stuff. It was it's overcast, so it sort of feels ugly here. So Sundays after church, made a potluck, yummy, yummy, and then come home and crash. We're not very exciting around here. I don't know. I think it's okay. Tell me what you think I should put on it, if I should put anything on it. I kind of like it. It's kind of pretty. All right, so that is it. That is our project of the night, Oh Holy Night. I appreciate each and every one of you. Make sure you reach out to me. Say hey. Let me know you saw it. What do you think? What do you think of that? I'm going to hold it up there so you get to see. I think the font is supposed to be a little bit raggedy. And then I did have some spillover, but I think I acceptably fixed it. I do think right here I could probably go over it and get whatever words are missing there. Let me see. It says a thrill of hope, something, rejoice, rejoice, over yonder, new glorious morning. I don't know. Break. I think something is missing, but I can't do it now because my transfer is pretty dirty. All right, we're going to get this closed up. But if, again, text me if you want more information. I am happy to help you out with that. Taking off it on text off of Facebook makes my life a little bit safer. Safer. So I appreciate if you would help me out by doing that. But hope you enjoyed this. And you could definitely see that if I could do this, you could do this. Like I said, my black lettering is not always my favorite because for some reason we don't get along, black lettering and I. But there it is. Thank you so much for joining me, and make sure you keep on crafting. So now that I'm off, turn this live into a reel. So now that I'm off for a minute, off of YouTube, I didn't want to, or not off of YouTube, Facebook. I just wanted to, you guys, I got in so much trouble this week on Facebook, if you know of any solutions, because I got shut down, no reason, no recourse. It says it's already been reviewed and I can't ask for a review. And so I don't know, it's kind of like setting me off an edge. So if I seem kind of lost, I really am. I don't know what to do because that's where I do most of my business stuff. I try to connect with people and, you know, meet people on YouTube, and I do a lot of vendor events on YouTube to get new contacts, and being shut down entirely on YouTube and Facebook and not YouTube. Facebook and Instagram has really put me on the edge. So I appreciate you hanging out here. I'm probably going to be doing more on YouTube and TikTok. I'm over on TikTok, Prairie Scraps Chalkin on TikTok, Prairie Scraps on YouTube. I'd love it if you would subscribe and do all the things, because like I said, I'm really struggling right now with Facebook and Instagram. I don't really know what to do. I'm a little afraid to even do anything because I don't want to get kicked off again. So my business page is over there, Prairie Scraps, and then I have a private crafting group where I did everything. And I've been in there. I'm still able to get to it because I had put admins, my family, on as admins. So I was able to get back in and continue working there, but I'm afraid to. I'm really afraid to because this kind of like has shaken me a little bit. So it's actually shaken me a lot a bit. So I appreciate your help. My husband is laid up, and so I was really counting on being able to work and do business on Facebook and Instagram. So if you have any ideas, I don't know. I've already tried the portal round, but you can't talk to a person. So I don't know. I all of a sudden really, really appreciate YouTube for sure. YouTube's just been a staunch, stand by my side kind of place. And I appreciate that. And if you're on here, please connect with me. I love to help people get into crafting, and it is my therapy. It's where I started. So I appreciate you all. I hope you will consider helping me out in that respect by connecting. So, and make sure you do the comments and the subscribe and all that kind of stuff, because it does help me out. But I don't know. I don't really know what to do about this stupid Facebook. So I don't know, I'm really frustrated, and I feel like if this is what they do to their business owners, because I was a digital creator that they asked me to do, and I did reels over there and was getting paid on reels and things like that, and they seem to have they totally shut it down. They totally shut it down. So that's really, really, really frustrating. I wish I feel like if that's the way they treat their people that are working hard over there to make Facebook more usable, that's not a very good business practice. So I don't know. I don't think I did anything to infract. It just says that I did something against their community standards. Didn't say what. It's not very specific, and you know, there's lots of community standards. So anyway, I hope if you're a prayer, pray for me, because I'm feeling the discouragement of it. I'm trying to rebuild and get back on my feet, but I appreciate all of your support, especially during this time with my husband not working. I was really working hard to grow my business. So I appreciate you all. Keep on crafting, and thanks for hanging out.